What's up, you legendary human beings? It's good to have you back on here. For those of you who don't know me, I'm James Cant. I'm the owner of JCF. I'm pumped to be on here with you guys tonight. Like you guys, for those of you who've been around, you know the drill. But for those of you guys who are new, we've got a load of people joining the group. I'm just going to run you through a little things about what we do. So we pretty much, I fucking love helping guys just dominate life, just feel really, really fucking good. If you look around, all around us at the moment, there are loads of dudes who aren't reaching their potential and are not, they feel like passengers in their own life. And I fucking love helping guys go through and smash this and just like crush through this. I chatted with a couple of dudes tonight and help them break through that. And there's no cooler feeling than that. And so that's what we're going to be going through tonight. Is like, why so many blokes feel like passengers in their own life? What we're talking about is like, you know, on Tuesday we went through and we chatted live about this. And we went and mentioned about how guys, a lot of guys just can't get off the drink, right? Can't stop drinking. Like drinking has them by the balls. They're smoking and they can't quit. They're taking drugs and they can't quit. And it's like all these habits in life are just pulling us away. And if you look at why this is happening, well, there are several reasons. We're going to go delve into deep into it. What happens if you don't fix it and how you actually can fix it, okay? Particularly around just getting your fucking mojo back and being you again. Now, by the way, guys, before we crack into this, if you're watching this live, please comment live, like hashtag live. If you're watching this as a replay, comment hashtag replay down the bottom. And while you're at it, smash that love heart button so that we can get this out to as many blokes as possible. The reason why I do these videos is because I fucking love what I do. And I know that there's a lot of dudes who need this sort of stuff. Bit of context as well, so you know about me. There was a stage in my life where I was certainly a passenger in my own life. Like I was drinking way too much. I was putting way too much fun powder up my nose. I was having way too much sex with people with chicks that I shouldn't necessarily have been fucking at the time. And I've certainly been a passenger, and it sounds all fun and glamorous, but it's really not, because it wasn't getting me anywhere. It wasn't serving me well. It wasn't serving me in what I really wanted to do and what my true purpose was. And what we find is that we get stuck and we get drawn into these things, and it really, really sucks. And it puts us into a place where we're not totally happy. Okay? So we're going to go through and we're going to touch on a whole heap of this stuff. Some of the things that I've used myself, some of the things that I've used to help a load of other dudes. And I use this like every single day. Okay. So with this as well, guys, before we crack into it, this is your time where you can ask me whatever questions you want. Any questions that you want answered, you can ask me and I will answer whatever it is that you need. Like I'm here for you. You just got to reach out, shoot me a message, drop a message in the comments, and I'll go through and answer it. Okay? So we had a heap of absolute crackers on Tuesday. All right? So let's go through and let's crack on in. Now, when I'm talking about feeling like a passenger in your own life, if you ever feel like you don't control every single thing that you want in your life. For example, if you get home at the end of the day, you feel buggy, and you say, I can't be fucked to do anything other than crack a beer or just go and watch some TV, or you know, you are not actually going and owning your shit. You're not doing everything that you want. That is when you're a passenger. If you have a goal that you really want to achieve, if you have something you want to do, you want to get shredded, you want to get jacked, you want to, you know, get married, you want to build a business, you want to increase the size of your business, you want a promotion, make more money, be a better dad, anything like that. If you have a goal, if you have a summit that you want to go to, by the way, if you guys haven't seen the summit information, actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop it up here for you, all right? So that you can go and take a look at this, because you guys need to see this shit, all right? /summit. All right, if you haven't seen the summit and don't know what I'm talking about, go click that link. It'll take you straight to the summit, all right? Free as well, by the way, so totally free. Go through and click that link because it'll guide you on what you need to do. If you have your summit and you know what you want to do, you're being a passenger when you're not doing every single thing in your power to get you closer to there. All right? Alternatively, if you don't know what your summit is and you haven't mapped that out, if you're not clear on exactly where you want to be in life, if you're not clear on exactly what you want to do, if you don't have a clear purpose and direction, that's when you are a passenger in your own life. You're not in the driver's seat. Life is driving with you. You get up every single day. Some of you might find this might sound familiar to some of you guys, right? You wake up in the morning a little bit tired. You get out of bed because you fucking have to. You go downstairs, you get ready, you go to work, you fucking do your whole job on autopilot. You come home fucking tired. Maybe you've trained somewhere in between there, but it was a little bit of a shitty session if you even got to the gym. Crack a fucking beer open at the end of the day, eat some shitty food, watch some TV, go to bed again. Does that sound like a super fulfilling life? It's not like it's a bad life. I mean, give me a sec. I'm just going to fix this puppy up. It's not like it's a bad life. It's not terrible. You're not in a bad way. You're not going to die. There's nothing wrong with that. In fact, a lot of people live that way. But is it a fulfilling life? See, there's a very, very different, very, very big difference between being alive and thriving, surviving and thriving, right? If you're just rolling through day after day, just fucking cleaning it off, like, seriously, what are you doing this for? If that's where you're just getting by bit, really, what are you doing this for? What is your greatest purpose? What the fuck is the reason for you to be alive? And a lot of people, we get to the age of, have you ever seen guys go through midlife crises? Okay, I know plenty of them. They've done the whole lot. They got divorced, go buy a fancy car, fuck a heap of young girls, do all this stuff, go out, start partying, yada, yada, yada. You know the story, right? We've all seen it before. It's because we wake up and we're like, what the fuck am I doing? I don't even know what I'm doing, so I'm just going to have fun. I feel like I'm past it, so I'm going to prove to myself that I'm not past it. But if we have purpose and we have clarity, then we're calling the shots and we live life every single day in the way that we want to, right? I'll give you an example. There's a guy I'm going to be talking about tomorrow, right? I've got a post written up for him by a guy by the name of Mick. All right, and Mick is an absolute fucking legend. Mick one day woke up in the morning and said, what I'm doing right now is not good enough. I'm drinking too much, I'm overweight, and I see myself in 10 years' time in the same position and in the same money doing the same thing, just 10 years older, more grey hair, a little bit balder, bigger beard, fatter belly, more grog being drank every night. And that's where he's at. And he said, fuck it. I do not want that. I want to be an amazing husband. I want to be an amazing father. I want to be the best man that I can be because I only get one shot at this. Right? I only get one shot. And it's so fucking cliched saying that. I only get one shot. Yeah, I totally get that. So fucking cliched. But it's true. How many times? I mean, like, we're all like, what? I'm 27 now. Okay. Some of you guys here are going to be 25, 30, 35, 40, 50, right? And you're going to look back and you're going to look back on 10 years ago. Let's look at that now. 10 years ago, how fucking fast did that go? I remember when I was 17 and running around doing the funny shit that I was doing back then. And I look at all the opportunities that I didn't take because I didn't have clarity and because I was a passenger in my own life. And if we go back and we start reflecting on this sort of shit, you're like, fuck, wow. Like those 10 years go really, really quick. Now imagine where you're going to be in another 10 years. What's going to happen if you keep going at this exact same trajectory? If you don't change anything what you're doing right now, if you don't find out what is it that you really want to do, who you want to be as a man, who you want to be as a dad, who you want to be as a husband, who you want to be as a mate, who you want to be as a business owner, employee, who you want to be in terms of your health and the way that you want to look, if you don't figure that shit out, where does that lead in 10 years when you're purposeless and you're directionless, right? Next thing, if you do have your purpose, you do have your direction, you have everything mapped out, but if you don't have a plan to get there and you're not executing that plan every single day and you're not staying in integrity with integrity to yourself and acting to your highest values every single day, where does that lead you? How do you feel about that? How many times do you hear people who are old and they're past it saying, I wish I did this, I wish I did that, I missed my chance, don't miss that chance. Well, the thing is that most of the time we don't pay attention to them. We're like, whatever, what do you know? But it's fucking true, right? Absolutely fucking true. I remember when one time in my life, I was being a bit of a fuckwit, all right? And there have been plenty of times in my life where I've been a bit of a fuckwit. And one of my mentors, someone very, very close to me said, James, when are you actually going to fucking do something about it? Is this how you want to be for the rest of your life? And I remember thinking of that. I was like, what do you know? Fuck off, mate. And he said, no, but seriously, what have you done in the last 6 months? And so I look back in the last 6 months from where I was, from then to where I was at that time. I was like, fuck, hasn't got me very far. I'm actually doing the same shit, making the same money, looking the same, no change. All right. Okay, cool. All right. What about the last 7 months, 8 months, 9 months, 10 months, 12 months? And I realized I was like, fuck, I have really not come far at all in a year. Okay. And I was like, literally, I've just wasted that whole year. And he said, so when are you going to grow up? When are you going to actually step the fuck up? And when are you going to own your life? And I was like, that's a good fucking question. Put it this way. I was chatting with one of these A really fucking awesome dude today, Lee. Fucking legend. Big shout out to Lee. He joined with us today. And we're talking about Conor McGregor. We all know that Conor McGregor's a little bit of a fuckwit. Okay, he's just a little bit of a fuckwit. And remember when he went out, for those of you who don't know, Conor McGregor's like an MMA fighter, one of the world's best. He's really quite good, or was really quite good. And he did all this debaucherous, stupid stuff. He threw chairs through windows. He went and abused a whole heap of people. He was very disrespectful. And one day he got arrested and he had to go into the head of the UFC, the head of the MMA, Dana White, had to go into his office. And then he said, "Oh, I'm sorry, Dana, man. I'm just so young and I just keep doing, I'm just young and dumb and that's it." And Dana said, "What do you mean young and dumb?" He's like, "Oh, man, I'm only 27 or whatever the fuck he was at this age. And I got all this stuff." And he says, "So what do you mean you're only young?" It's like, "So when do you grow up? Is it 28, 29, 30, 35, 40? Like, when is the age where all of a sudden you're going to be a fucking man? You're going to step up?" And it's like, I don't know. It's like, yeah, it's fucking now, right? Because if we keep putting this shit off and we keep putting it off and prolonging it and prolonging it and prolonging it, we never step the fuck up. We never become a man. We never actually go and actualize our purpose. We never go out and achieve the shit we want to do. And this is why so many blokes feel like passengers in their life. Because we don't step the fuck up, we don't own our shit, and we don't take control of our actions. So let's go through and let's look at, following on from Tuesday's conversation about getting your mojo back, about kicking bad habits like drinking, drugs, and alcohol. One of the big things that we need, right, when we're going through and we're kicking any of that stuff, is we need to draw a line in the sand. You know why? I don't know if you guys have ever known anyone who's had an issue with alcohol, drugs. Maybe you do yourself. I've had a couple of people very close to me who took way too many drugs, right? And I'm not talking like, a couple of pingers here and there. I'm talking like a couple of pingers every fucking day, every couple of hours, right? And going down that sort of route. A lot of guys who were drinking had genuine drinking issues, who drank every single day by themselves with somebody, whatever, it doesn't fucking matter. They would just drink because they wanted to drink and that's what they were doing. And we look at those guys and you look, what has to happen is they need to hit rock bottom. There needs to be something which smacks them in the face. And that is drawing the line in the sand. That's when the line in the sand is drawn. When we feel so much fucking pain that we can't bear to continue going on in this way. Because we all know when we're fucking up and we're doing stupid shit that it's not serving us well, don't we? Right? We all understand that. We all get that drinking too much is not good for us. Taking too many drugs is not good for us. Smoking's not good for us. Eating shit food is not good for us. Fucking everything that moves, watching porn, flicking around on Facebook, doing dumb shit like that is not good for us. We all know, but it doesn't cause us enough pain to change it, or we don't feel enough pain to change it until something goes really fucking horribly wrong. Here's what I'll put it to you guys. If anything is taking you away from your highest purpose and from your summit, you need to fucking change it. Fuck it off. Get it out because it's not actually serving you well. It may not be causing you pain, but we need to draw a line in the sand and say, no more. I'm not going to continue acting like this because I'm not going to accept that this is the trajectory that I'm on. I love all you guys right now to do this. And please, and if you could actually comment this, I would be really interested to see exactly what your thoughts are. If you keep going on this current trajectory that you are right now, where do you see yourself in 6 months? If you keep acting, if you keep training, if you keep eating, if you keep dieting, right, whatever it is, where do you see yourself in 6 months? Now, for all the JCF boys on here, I'd love to see your responses too, because they'll be really cool to look at. So please comment it up. Sammy Davies, welcome on, man. Bo Dunley, good to have you on here. Nick J as well. Please comment this up as well. Where do you see yourself in 6 months? Where do you want to be in 6 months? Now, if you're not on our program and you don't have help, you don't have guidance, you don't have direction, you don't have a plan in place to get you to your summit, maybe you don't even know what your summit is, where do you see yourself in 6 months, right? Map that out. I want to hear and I want to see exactly where you guys are going to be in 6 months' time. I want you to comment it up here because it's really quite an awesome, eye-opening thing. And the amazing part about going in and being really introspective and reflective and looking into ourselves and seeing what we're doing is that when we write something down about where we're going to be in 6 months and we go into vivid detail, if we're on a good path, fuck, that path looks really good. If we're not on a good path, right, then it looks really bad and it causes us to action it. Sammy Davis just commented, in 6 months, probably stuck in America, wifed up. No bueno, Sammy, we've got to change that, bro. We've got to get that GoFundMe going so we can get you back, right? So if we go through and we look at that, we think, what the fuck do I need to change? So Sammy, I'm going to ask you, bro, what do you need to change to make sure that, I don't know if being wifed up's all that bad. Depends who you're married to, right? But what do you need to do to change it and make sure that you actually get yourself where the fuck you want to be? And when I'm talking about this, I'm talking about in your relationships, I'm talking about in your health, I'm talking about in your career, in your business, in your location. For example, anybody who's stuck in, Sydney or Victoria or anywhere which is constantly being locked down all the time, do you want to even fucking stay in that same city? Are you even willing to accept that? All these things that you want to look at, like where do you want to be in 6 months' time? Go through and reflect on it. Okay, go through and reflect on it and look at it. Okay. Now, I'm just going to go through and answer a couple of questions in here because I've just got two up here that I'll go through and I'll answer, and then we'll come back to this. In the meantime, guys, comment it up. I would love to see where you guys see yourself in 6 months. Confronting, and please be honest too. The other thing too, actually, before I get into that, my position is not to judge you. I don't give a fuck what your goals are. I don't give a fuck what your sexual orientation is. I don't give a fuck what your how shredded you are, whether you drink, whether you smoke, or whatever the fuck you do. I care about your summit. I care about you living in integrity and in congruence with your goals and you being at your highest level. It's the only thing I care about. Okay, so whatever you write up, whatever you ask, whatever you need help with, I don't give a fuck what it is. My job is simply to get you to where you want to be. If that means that you want to be the best pinger eater in the world, fucking great. If you want to, I don't know, do something. If you want to be able to smoke a deck a day, if you want to be able to chuff down, I know blokes who can smoke one whole ciggy in a whole go. And if you just want to be the world champ at that, fucking great. I'll support you. I'm all for it. As long as you're doing the thing which is most in alignment with you. That's all I care about. Nick J, my man. Been loving the program? That's what I want to hear. I'm busting my ass in 2 jobs, training every morning before work. I find visualization meditation is helping heaps. Has this helped you in the past and currently? Yeah, I guess you could say that it does, right? I guess that you could say that it is something that I use and have used in the past. So what I do is I first of all go out and map out my summit. I know my summit crystal fucking clear. Just so you guys know as well, this is what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be a dad. I'm married to that beautiful woman who's in the room over from me. Okay, so that's what I'm going to be doing. We're going to be living in a fucking dope place down in Marcus Beach, right? So we're going to be here in the Sunshine Coast together. I fucking love it up here. Every single day, I'm going to be meditating. I'm going to be meditating, and I'm going to be going and growing that spiritual side of myself and that purpose and that direction, that vision. I'm going to be strong as fuck. I'm going to be snatching probably about 150 kilos. So like, Olympic lifting. I just took that up now. I got a 100 kilo snatch the other day, 100 kilo overhead squat pretty fucking easily as well. So I'm going to be snatching and clean and jerking big fucking weights. I'm still going to be around, I'm probably going to be in the 96 kilo category. So I'm going to be about 96 kilos, but I'm going to be shredded. I'm going to be lean. I'm going to be strong. I'm going to be agile. I'm still going to be dunking, all right? Like in a basketball ring, like go up and dunk. I'm in terms of my career, I'm going to be going through, I'm going to be helping men become their best selves. So this is what I'm doing with you guys. It's what I fucking love, man, because there's nothing more powerful and unstoppable than a man with direction. If you can give a man direction, if you can help a man find purpose and direction, he will fucking crush it. And there's nothing cooler than that. I have the pleasure of working with some very, very high-level humans. For example, a company called Sales Sniper, a company called Profit Contractors. I work with some of the senior executives in these companies, and these companies are growing at rapid rate of knots. Venture Suite is another one. I work with a guy who runs an investment bank, and me going through and unlocking all these dudes is amazing because the trickle-down effect to all of their employees, to their family, to everyone who they work with, all their lives get better. So that is what I want to do. And until the day that I die, I want to be wearing linen shirts because I fucking love linen shirts. I want to be in a warm climate and I want to be just learning as much as I can and teaching and passing on as much knowledge to you guys as I possibly can. That's my summit. So yeah, I guess you could say that it definitely has helped a lot, my man. Nick J's, let's go. Oh, Stevie Roberts asked a question. What age are you, James? I am 27, my man. 27. Turned 28. Fuck, I'm getting old, bro. Nicky J said 6 months, fitter than I am, stronger than I am. A few things up in the air I have no control over. That's okay as life those curveballs. Fucking oath, bro. Just work with it. But saving the money for a house with my partner. Hell yeah, you're crushing it, dude. Set out a budget. Make sure that you do that. Fucking nail that, man. Clinton James, hopefully healthy. What do you mean by hopefully, dude? Let's get more definitive on that. In 6 months' time, we need to know certainly, with absolute certainty, where you're going to be. Can I, and by the way, Clint, I'm not going to grill you personally. This isn't something like personal. I'm not attacking you in any way. It may feel like that. You can tell me to go fuck myself if you want. All right, you all have the right to tell me to fuck myself whenever you want. But in terms of hopefully healthy, dude, that's weak because that's giving you an opportunity to fail. What we need to do is, if you're going to be in 6 months, you need to say, I will be X% body fat. My blood markers will say XYZ. I will be sleeping X amount. We need to get super fucking clear on that. One of the dudes who I talked to tonight, for example, he wanted to give up the drink. All right, he wanted to stop drinking, so he wanted to not drink at all unless there's like a birthday party or an actual occasion, like a genuine social occasion, and then he might have a couple of beers. He wanted to lose 8 kilos and then go and do a bodybuilding show. All right, that's what he wanted to do. That was his goals. That's crystal clear. So that's where he's going to be because he's working with us and he can see with absolute certainty. Okay, so you need to have more certainty about that, man. Or you either need to have more certainty about your goal or you need to change what you're doing because hopefully healthy doesn't fill me with confidence that you're actually going to get there. All right? We need to take action. We need to dominate that. Does that make sense? Not attacking you again just to make sure that it was super clear, but just being brutally honest. Sammy Davies says, depends who you're married to. Helps 12K to get me home. Guaranteed, unfortunately, but there's no lockdown here. Pros and cons, brother. Just doing me, I guess. Keep doing you, Sammy. Paul Gerard, my man. I'm currently on a mentoring program with Christian. Haven't had any dreams while sleeping for 6 or 8 years. I've had 2 in the space of 2 weeks. I'll take that as a win. Fucking oath, brother. And there's going to be more and more and more. How good's dreaming, by the way? It's awesome. Lukey Larfield, 42. Good for you, my brother. I think I missed some of your comment. Lukey's just asked, hey, mate, I have direction. I used to be a pro athlete, but now because of alcohol, I'm a bit lost. Yeah, dude, that's not fun at all. I've got something for you, brother, which we'll be able to help you out. Okay? Now, crew, on this note, I'm going to leave you all to it. I hope this helped you. I hope it was of some benefit to you at all. Now, before we go, what I want you guys to do is please think on this. Go and take a look at the summit sheet. Okay? Actually, I'm just going to comment it up again for you so that you guys got it. All right? Jump on and go into there. If you're one of our clients and you're part of our crew already, you've got all this in the portal and then like 1,000 times more. Okay, so this is only the free stuff. So the guys who aren't with us, you don't get as much, like anywhere near as much. No offense, as what our current clients do, but we still give you a shitload of information. So go out and check out the summit. For guys who are with us, you got shitloads in your portal. Just go through there or hit up your mentor. We'll get you whatever the fuck you need. Okay. Peter Lowe Hogan, Nick J, good to have you on, boys. Aaron Schwarzenegger Thorne, 6 months, coming back from a torn bicep, want to be fitter, stronger, not broken, leaner than I've ever been, just got to nail the eating down. We'll get you there, bro. Piece of piss, man. We've got you. All right, crew, on that note, though, take a look at the summit. Absolutely dominated. If you need anything, chat with you. I'm already chatting with loads of you guys anyway. If you need any help, just reach out. We'll speak to you soon, guys.